Imagine waking up to find that someone you love has vanished without a trace. No clues, no signs. Just gone. There are over 500,000 missing persons cases in the U.S. and across the world. Countless individuals have disappeared under mysterious circumstances, leaving behind heartbroken families and perplexed investigators. In this video, we'll explore some of the most baffling cases of people who have seemingly disappeared into thin air. These stories are filled with unanswered questions, eerie coincidences, and lingering mysteries that continue to haunt those left behind. The disappearance of Emanuela Orlandi. On a warm summer evening in Rome on June 22, 1983, 15-year-old Emanuela Orlandi vanished without a trace, sparking one of Italy's most perplexing and enduring mysteries. The case has gripped the nation for over 4 decades, intertwining the fate of a young girl with rumors of Vatican secrets, international intrigue, and organized crime. Emanuela Orlandi was the daughter of a Vatican employee, and she lived with her family within the walls of Vatican City, one of the world's smallest and most enigmatic states. On the day she disappeared, Emanuela left home to attend a music lesson at the Tommaso Ludovico de Victoria School. After her lesson, Emanuela called her sister to say that she had been approached by a man offering her a job to promote Avon Cosmetics. Emanuela told her sister that she would discuss it when she got home. That conversation would be the last time anyone from her family heard from her. She was last seen around 7:30 p.m. at the bus stop in Corso Rinascimento, in front of Palazzo Madama. She was in the company of another girl who was never identified. Initially, the Orlandi family believed Emanuela might have been caught up in a minor incident, or had run away. But as days turned into weeks, with no sign of her, their concerns grew. The case quickly garnered widespread attention, partly because of the family's ties to the Vatican. The investigation was complicated by the lack of solid leads and the absence of clear evidence. Witnesses reported seeing Emanuela speaking with a man near the music school and getting into a dark-colored BMW, but these accounts did not lead to any substantial breakthroughs. Over the years, Emanuela's disappearance has been linked to a wide array of conspiracy theories, many of which involve the Vatican, organized crime, and international politics. Some of the most prominent theories include the Vatican and financial scandals. One theory suggests that Emanuela was kidnapped as leverage to pressure the Vatican into repaying a large loan from the Banco Ambrosiano, an Italian bank that collapsed in a scandal involving the Vatican Bank. The kidnapping was supposedly intended to force the Vatican's hand in repaying its debts. The Grey Wolves and the attempted assassination of Pope John Paul II. Another theory links Emanuela's disappearance to the Grey Wolves, a Turkish nationalist group. The group was implicated in the 1981 assassination attempt on Pope John Paul II. According to this theory, Emanuela was kidnapped to demand the release of Mehmet Ali Agca, the man who shot the Pope. Organized crime. Some speculate that Emanuela's disappearance may have been connected to Rome's criminal underworld. The Magliana Gang, a powerful criminal organization in Rome, has been implicated in theories suggesting that Emanuela was kidnapped either as part of a financial dispute with the Vatican, or as a result of criminal activities linked to the Vatican Bank. Internal Vatican secrets. Another theory posits that Emanuela's disappearance was the result of a dark secret within the Vatican, possibly involving sexual abuse or other illicit activities. This theory is fueled by the Vatican's often secretive nature, and its initial reluctance to fully cooperate with the investigation. Over the years, the Orlandi family has persistently sought answers, often clashing with Vatican authorities. The investigation has seen numerous twists and turns, including claims by informants, anonymous tips, and even supposed sightings of Emanuela. But 41 years later, the true fate of Emanuela Orlandi remains a mystery. The disappearance of Tammy Lynn Bradley. In March 1998, 23-year-old Tammy Lynn Bradley vanished without a trace while on a family cruise in the Caribbean. Tammy Lynn Bradley, a recent college graduate from Chesterfield, Virginia, embarked on a Caribbean cruise aboard Royal Caribbean International's Rhapsody of the Seas with her parents, Ron and Iva Bradley. and her younger brother, Brad. On the night of March 23, 1998, the Bradley family attended a dinner and later went to the ship's nightclub, where Amy was seen dancing with the ship's band, Blue Orchid. Throughout the night, one of the ship's waiters approached Amy's family several times and asked them to pass on a note to Amy. It was an invitation for her to go out with him once the ship docked. After a night of fun, Amy and her brother returned to their cabin in the early hours of March 24th. Amy's father, Ron, woke up around 5:30 a.m. and noticed Amy was still sleeping on the cabin's balcony. When he woke up again around 6 a.m., Amy was gone. Initially, her family thought she might have gone for a walk or to get coffee, but as the minutes turned into hours, their concern grew. The ship docked in Curacao on the morning of March 24th. Amy's disappearance was immediately reported to the ship's crew. The family wanted the ship searched and the 2,000 passengers prohibited from disembarking. However, a ship-wide announcement was only issued at 7:50 a.m. By that time, many passengers had disembarked the ship. The delay in starting the search and allowing the passengers to disembark may have allowed the person involved in the disappearance to cover their tracks. Between 12:15 p.m. and 1 p.m., the ship's staff searched the ship, but could not find Amy. No trace of Amy was discovered on the island, either. The Dutch Caribbean Coast Guard also conducted a 4-day search of the ocean, without any success. Amy had seemingly vanished into thin air. Local authorities, the FBI, and private investigators became involved in the case. Despite their efforts, the investigation was hampered by jurisdictional challenges and the vastness of the Caribbean Sea. Over the years, several theories have emerged about what might have happened to Amy Lynn Bradley. One prevailing theory is that she was abducted and sold into human trafficking. This theory is supported by the alleged sightings of Amy in situations where she appeared to be under duress. In Curacao, tourists and locals alike have reported seeing a woman matching Amy's description, often in distress. But these leads have never led to her recovery. In 1999, a U.S. Navy officer claimed to have seen a woman matching Amy's description in a brothel in Curacao. The woman reportedly told him, "My name is Amy Lynn Bradley, and I need help," before she was escorted away. This lead, like so many others, could not be substantiated, but it fueled the belief that Amy might still be alive and being held against her will. In 2005, the image of a young woman resembling Bradley was emailed to her parents. If the person in the photo was Amy Bradley, then it would suggest that she was sold into sexual slavery. Another theory is that Amy may have been the victim of foul play by someone aboard the ship. The fact that she was last seen on the ship's balcony raises the possibility that she could have been abducted by someone with access to the crew's areas, or even the ship's infrastructure. The ship's crew initially downplayed the seriousness of Amy's disappearance, which has led to criticism and suspicion of their involvement. However, no solid evidence has emerged to support this scenario either. There is also speculation that Amy might have fallen overboard, but her family and investigators have largely dismissed this possibility, given the lack of physical evidence and the fact that Amy was a strong swimmer. In the years since Amy's disappearance, her family has received ransom demands, prank calls, and false leads, adding to their anguish. Despite these setbacks, they have continued to fight for answers, raising awareness about Amy's case and the broader issue of human trafficking. On March 24, 2010, 12 years after her disappearance, Amy Lynn Bradley was declared legally dead, but her true fate remains unknown. The disappearance of Tammy Lynn Leppert. From an early age, Tammy Lynn Leppert was recognized for her beauty and charisma, qualities that propelled her into the world of modeling and acting. By her teenage years, Tammy had already participated in over 300 beauty contests, often taking home top honors. Her striking looks and magnetic personality also led her to a budding acting career, with appearances in movies such as Scarface and Spring Break. At just 18 years old, Tammy seemed to have a bright future ahead of her in the entertainment industry. However, beneath the surface, something troubling was brewing, and those close to her began noticing changes in her behavior that would ultimately foreshadow her mysterious disappearance. On July 6, 1983, Tammy vanished without a trace, leaving behind a swirl of rumors, unanswered questions, and a family still searching for answers. In the months leading up to her disappearance, Tammy exhibited signs of severe emotional distress. According to her mother, Tammy had become increasingly paranoid and fearful, convinced that someone was out to harm her. She reportedly refused to eat or drink anything she hadn't prepared herself, and she began isolating herself from friends and family. Her mother later claimed that Tammy had witnessed something she shouldn't have, something that left her terrified for her life. However, the details of what she saw or heard remain unclear, and Tammy never fully explained what was haunting her. One of the most alarming incidents occurred while Tammy was on the set of Scarface in 1983. During the filming of a violent scene, Tammy reportedly had an emotional breakdown and was removed from the set. On July 6, 1983, Tammy Lynn Leppert left her family's home in Rockledge, Florida, with a male friend, ostensibly to go to Cocoa Beach. According to the friend, they got into an argument, and he left her in a parking lot near a gas station in Cocoa Beach. That was the last confirmed sighting of Tammy. When Tammy failed to return home, her family reported her missing. However, the investigation into her disappearance was fraught with challenges from the start. The male friend she was last seen with was questioned by police and passed a polygraph test, leaving authorities with no strong suspects. Despite extensive searches and numerous tips, no trace of Tammy was ever found. Over the years, several theories have emerged to explain Tammy's disappearance, each with its own set of questions and inconsistencies. The mental health crisis theory. Given Tammy's erratic behavior and growing paranoia leading up to her disappearance, some have speculated that she may have suffered a mental health crisis and either ran away or met with an accidental death. The drug connection theory. One of the most prevalent theories is that Tammy may have become involved with dangerous individuals connected to the drug trade. Florida in the early 1980s was a hub for drug trafficking, and some believe that Tammy either witnessed something related to these activities or was targeted due to her knowledge of them. However, no concrete evidence has ever surfaced to support this theory. The serial killer theory. Another theory suggests that Tammy may have been the victim of a serial killer. During the time of her disappearance, several young women had gone missing or were found murdered in Florida, leading some to speculate that Tammy fell prey to one of these predators. Notably, serial killer Christopher Wilder, known as the Beauty Queen Killer, was active in Florida around the time Tammy disappeared. But no definitive link between Wilder and Tammy has ever been established. John Crutchley, the man known as the vampire rapist, has also been suggested as a possible suspect. Crutchley is suspected of murdering as many as 30 women. He committed suicide in prison in 2002. Despite all the theories, there has never been a breakthrough in the case, and the fate of Tammy Lynn Leppert remains a mystery.